think I just cooked. So I missed the entry earlier. But what I recognized during some back testing was that supply and demand could run with my strategy, right? It helps me. It's either you can use it or it is going to use you. And I think that I can use that to help me. I feel like I can use it to my advantage. So what we had right here was my entry because we manipulated the range. We closed above, we closed below. Perfect price action, goes along with context. I was bearish for the day. And so really at 9:30 what we did was we just created liquidity then to come down and run and hunt that liquidity. So yeah. Then right here at this big zone, what we did was we went up, rejection wick, price action saying bearish. Then I went to a 15-second chart and I executed right there as soon as we closed. So now I just want to let this trade rock. I think that we will end up purging sell side liquidity. So that's my trade for the day. So yeah. So now I'm just going to watch and manage the trade. So yeah, I really like my entry. But if we're in the trade and it closes above this 20 EMA, I'm probably going to get out. Unless I see something crazy, like really crazy, I just want to let this trade rock because it goes along with my narrative. We got a perfect entry. I feel like this right here was a big area where if they didn't catch this first move, a bunch of sellers are in. I think we are volatile. And so as soon as we run this wick, that's where we'll see speed. Dang, I am kind of pissed because I missed that entry right there. I was looking at some BS, bro. I was saying that was going to be a zone and we're going to react off instead of just, bro, we manipulated perfectly right here. Manipulated up, a bunch of buyers got in, bam. That right there is telling you that sellers are in the market. So yeah. So yeah, if we close very strong and we take out that wick and we close somewhere around here, that's gonna be like scary. But hopefully I think that we just kind of scared a bunch of traders. Now we're gonna take out that wick and then go lower. Dude, but that could not have been a more perfect entry. Holy cow. Wow. And also, I do want to start trading live. I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah. So psychologically, I've been going through a lot, bro. Just like going back on fear, like a bunch of the things that's wrong with my psychology is just fear. Um, and I feel like getting or starting another live account and taking those like for real losses. I'm talking about just like risking maybe, I don't know, like $50 a trade. Or maybe even $25 a trade on a $100 account. Um, I feel like taking those real losses with like my own money will get me more used to taking losses. Like, yeah, that's what I've kind of been thinking about. But yeah. Man, I'm still mad I missed that entry. That is A plus perfect entry and I missed out. looks like we're running out of volatility because we're right here and we don't want to go lower. And if we do run out of volatility, I feel like to gain more liquidity, we would have to come up here, which is probably what we're seeing. But I mean, am I okay with taking a loss right here? I'm okay with taking a loss right here. This is a perfect trade.
Order filled.
Alright, so we were offered break even. We already closed over the 20 EMA. I feel like that's protecting capital. But that was a really good entry. That's fine. I'm okay with that. So yeah. So that's gonna be the trading day. Let me go through all of my stuff to show you guys. Alright, so we did close above this range. We manipulated because we closed back lower, and so that's what I'm trading basically. So some draws, I have draw and liquidity here and another one right here. Just a gap and a bigger gap. So then on the 3 minute, honestly, we might have to sweep this to continue lower, but so yeah, obviously you guys can see that we swept liquidity right here. So on a 1 minute time frame, we manipulated really hard. Then we displaced lower. Entry should have been right there. Could have taken it to our first big draw, but that'd be 350 points on a Monday. I was a little bit more comfortable with that. So then right here is kind of like, okay, that's my supply, or my, I forgot if it's supply and demand or the other way. And so as soon as we tapped into that, we're already seeing push. So then that inclined me to take this trade right here. So now we're up here again. feel like we're just running out of liquidity, so we got to come up and take these. So now I'm going to see if we can just sweep and then manipulate buyers up to then generate sell side liquidity. But we did get a lot of bullish price action right here. So it's like, what's going to generate the move lower? Like, how are we going to generate 150 points down? Point.
Order
Honestly,
filled.
I'm cool with that. This will be like our third push. I'm cool with taking a loss right here. Because right here, I feel like we attracted a bunch of buyers, took them out. Right here, we attracted even more buyers. And I think we can take them out. Damn. Alright. So we've closed above that 20 EMA. Let's see. So we've also filled in a gap. If we close above that gap, that is like extreme confirmation. Okay, we're not trying to go lower anymore. All right, this is just, it's looking bullish. It's looking bullish price action. If we don't close below this wick right here, see, it's just like we don't have enough. That's what it's looking like. Like we've seriously got to do something right here, or yeah. All right, there we go. Hopefully. All right. I really like this. No matter what, I'm cool with losing on this trade. This is. Oh, I should have just kept my freaking first position though. 1051 at 897. It's just like as soon as we get to this level, we just run out. And I think on a higher time frame, we have liquidity down here that needs to be taken. Because that right there was the most bullish price action. Like we had very bullish, and then right here is kind of running out. So that's why that gives me a bigger indication that we're going lower. Like for us not to go lower, we would have to have a huge like 30-point candle go into the upside to take out all these stop losses. But it's looking like buy side ran out of liquidity right here. So like why I'm trying to implement like a little bit of supply and demand is because a lot of my stuff already just goes off of, okay, if we manipulate price action. So like if we're at a big supply or demand zone, it's like, okay, if we don't manipulate, like if we don't close below this right here to come up and then proceed down, I'm just going to be looking at price action anyways. Price action, context, and value. So it's like the same pillars that I use for my system can also be used with supply and demand, and that can also, all of that can be used to my advantage. So it's like, why not? Why not try to throw that in there if it looks good in back testing and if it already fits in my system? So yeah, because it's just another entry model. So yeah. because now it's like for all the people who bought in, all of their stop losses are going to be down here, and we've already taken those. So like there's no reason for us to just take these lows then shoot up. Like that doesn't really fit. So the only reason if I get out of this trade is if we close above the EMA, and then hopefully that'll be around break even, but I want to let this thing rock. And really it looks like we could go a little bit lower, but I'm just glad I caught a trade on a Monday, bro. Mondays are the worst, but this is like really good price action and volatility for a Monday. Damn, bro, that could have been a 1 to 4 though. That would have been the best possible thing. And like if we would have kind of pushed up a little bit right here, I could have just gotten out on partials and then moved to break even. But yeah, I feel like the 20 EMA, bro, it is the best way possible to absolutely not to increase your wins, but it is to maximize your wins. Like like I've been having some conversations with ChatGPT and having him run a bunch of stuff like probabilities, and it's like it beats RSI, it beats ATR, it beats all these other things of staying in the trade longer to maximize your wins. That is an edge. That right there is an edge in the market. Because let's say that, hey, our take profit gets hit, but then we don't pass the EMA, and then right there we could dump down, then pass the EMA somewhere up here. You know, that would be gaining another 50 points just off of not getting out at your take profit, but waiting for it to pass over the 20 EMA. So I kind of want to use that same logic with the 9. But also my girlfriend's trying to go to the freaking gym at 11:30, so I might just get out right here once we hit. And I think we can hit for more. Like you could even do it on the. See, that'd be crazy though with a 5 MA, but like. I just don't want to see us sweep and then somewhere right here shoot the heck up. So yeah, so if I'm in the trade and let's say that we cross over the 20 EMA, that's going to be a good time for me to get out and take small profits. But on a bigger time frame, bro, it's like that was the first initial pullback. Second one's going to go longer. So I'm thinking we might see another replica 15-minute candle. This has been a beautiful Monday though. Hopefully that'll lead to a really good Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Also, it's just like, did I really follow my system today? Because that was the A+ entry. This right here, I mean, I had a perfect entry around here. with noticing how like, hey, that was the last push, and then this price action right here, I feel like that was handled very well. Yellow. Hey. Alright, cool. Because I am in a trade right now, but I'll... Where are you at right now? Alright, cool. Can you just come get me then? Alright, cool. Well, I'll see you in a little bit. Alright. You too. Bye. As boyfriend duties. Alright, so take profit would have gotten hit, would have gotten smashed. I could still get out, or I could wait and see what happens. So I want for this shit to hit 1500, to be honest, because I'm tired of freaking... And the way that we're reacting, alright, this is what I'm gonna do. Alright.
Order filled.
Alright, cool. Cool with that. I didn't want to see come back over that, but I'm cool with 1300. So we are up 1300 for the day. Hopefully the next trade will get us to passing the challenge. But see, like, this is what I was talking about right here. Okay, my girlfriend's on the way, so I wanted to get out a little early. That's fine. I'm perfectly fine with 1300, risking freaking 5 lots. All right, so that's awesome. So that's going to be the trade for today. I know it's looking a little weird. I'm adding a little stuff to my stuff, but yeah, that's a 127 point move today. I feel like I handled everything pretty well, and that's going to be the trade for today. Love you guys. I'll be back tomorrow. Peace.